excited to have you with us today. My name's Rachel.
And my name's Amber.
Welcome from wherever you're watching, whether it's at home, on the ranch, on the rodeo. We're glad to have y'all with us today.
Yes. This week, we're talking about people fishing.
People fishing?
Rachel, you ever been people fishing?
Well,
or
not
fishing
for people,
stuff,
but fishing, you know, where I come from in Minnesota, it gets real cold there. So the lakes, they just freeze right over. But people just drill a hole into the lake and they sit there and go fishing.
What?
There could be a blizzard blowing by and they just sit in there fishing.
Well, you know what? One time I was fishing, I caught a cheeseburger.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, no doubt.
What did it taste like?
It was delicious, and that's all you need to know.
All right, well, fishing can be a great adventure.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's also a great adventure?
Worship!
Worship! Let's go do some worship.
Stand as one, it makes us stronger, yeah, stronger. When we see our differences as a work of art, the world is brighter, yeah, brighter. What we all really need right now is an upbeat song to sing, an upbeat song to sing. It feels good when we're together. It feels good when we belong. It feels right when we're united, no divides, living life as one, yeah. Tell me why we're fighting, can't we just get along? 'Cause we are brothers and sisters. Nothing strong as family, nothing brings us apart. 'Cause life is better together. What we all really need right now is an upbeat song to sing, an upbeat song to sing. It feels good when we're together. It feels good when we belong. It feels right when we're united. No divides, living life as one. It feels good when we're together. It feels good when we belong. It feels right when we're united. No divides, living life as one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sisters, brothers, come on. Brothers, sisters, better together. Brothers, sisters, sing. Brothers, sisters, better together. Brothers, sisters, brighter, stronger, better together. Brothers, sisters, brighter, stronger, better together. Brothers, sisters, brighter, stronger, better together. Better together. Brothers, sisters, brighter, stronger, better together. Brothers, sisters, brighter, stronger, better together. Brothers, sisters, brighter, stronger, better together. Better together. Brothers, sisters, brighter, stronger. We are better together. Oh, it feels good when we're together. It feels good when we belong. It feels right when we're united. No divides, living life as one. I've got an upbeat song to sing. I've got an upbeat song to sing. I've got an upbeat song to sing. Better together. I've got an upbeat song to sing. I've got an upbeat song to sing. I've got an upbeat song to sing. Better together.
Here in your light we find what makes us come alive, a sacrifice of praise. A city on a hill, surrender to your will, your glory on display. Your glory on display.
right, well, that was some mighty fine worship, kids.
Mighty fine.
You know how we were been talking about fishing earlier?
Oh, yeah, and how you can catch fish or cheeseburgers or anything else. Well, you know what Jesus caught when he went fishing?
I don't know. Kids, do you know what he caught?
Well, I'll tell you. He caught people.
Now, how he done that?
Well, I don't know. Let's watch our video and find out.
All right.
Here's another report, guys. A student on the north side just invited 3 of her friends to her church's summer camp.
That is the 5th field office report today.
Ha! I knew it.
There's another one. 4th grader Calvin was asked why he was being so nice to the school bully. He said, "Jesus forgave me, I can forgive him."
Yup, I should have known.
Marissa at Lincoln Elementary just prayed with her best friend. She asked Jesus to forgive her for her sins.
Come on, guys. That's definitely him.
Who?
What are you talking about?
All these reports of discipleship, this is obviously the work of the fisherman.
Hello? Who's he talking to?
We are Connect HQ. Every day
We help the people of the world
Live God's way.
We look for the links.
Make the connection.
and you never know what might happen.
My name is Nick, and this is when we met the fisherman.
Nick? What's going on?
Rumors, some say. Fables. Nonsense! But I know they're true. These reports today, these are definitely the work of our most beloved superhero.
Super?
The fisherman! He fishes. Oh yes, but not for fish. He fishes for people.
This sounds familiar.
You've heard of him? Good. So you know how powerful he is. And his diabolical arch nemesis, Dr. Frenzy.
No, I think what Dot meant is it sounds like the time when Jesus said he would make his disciples fishers of people.
Yeah, that's what I meant. In fact, there's a great verse about it. It's from the book of Mark, chapter 1, verse 17. I say it like this. Mark 1:17.
Mark 1:17.
Come follow me, Jesus said.
Come follow me, Jesus said.
And I will send you out to fish for people.
And I will send you out to fish for people. When we become followers of Jesus, we become part of his church. And one of our responsibilities is to share to others how they can become followers of Jesus too. Is that what you meant, Dot?
Nailed it.
Now, Nick, I think it's time we need to stop all this talk about the fisherman and Dr. Frenzy.
Did somebody say my name?
Dr. Frenzy!
Oh no.
Is this really happening?
Oh, yes. I have been monitoring this epidemic of kids sharing their faith with friends. Ugh. And I will not stand for it.
There's nothing you can do about it, Dr. Frenzy. God's good news will spread to the world no matter what you do.
We'll just see about that.
What are you doing, you monster?
I'm going to broadcast the funniest, most entertaining show they have ever seen. And then kids across the Metroplex will be watching it instead of sharing their faith.
Especially the kids that are fishers of people?
Yes, yes, especially the kids that are... What you said?
The fisherman? And goldfish girl?
I'm on a mission to go fishing for people.
And I'm golden. Aw, crackers. I need a catchphrase.
Wait, how'd you guys do that? I want to become a superhero.
Wait.
Nick, you can't.
Nothing happened.
Not even the preposterous pair of the fisherman and Goldfish Girl can stop me now. I'm already hacked into the Connect HQ satellite, and soon I will be broadcasting everywhere.
I don't have control.
Now behold the Noonie and Furtfurt show. I'm Noonie, and I'm Furtfurt. I'm Noonie. I'm Furtfurt. I am Noonie.
That's your plan? No one's going to watch that.
Funny.
I watched this forever.
All right.
Funny.
There's nothing there, guys. Come on, let's go.
So
Funny.
What happened? I couldn't stop watching.
What day is it? How old am I?
It was only for a moment, Nick. You were both put under by a mindless spell by the television. But the juice helped snap you out of it.
Dr. Frenzy is right. That show is the ultimate distraction. If we're called to fish for people, we need to have clear minds and open eyes.
Unfortunately, I was only able to unplug our console. Dr. Frenzy is still broadcasting around the world using our satellite.
What are we gonna do? We have to stop him.
I have an idea, but you're gonna need to take control of the satellite, Nick.
I could do that.
We only need a distraction for a few minutes of Dr. Frenzy.
I know just the thing.
Good. Great. Let's go. I'm on a mission to go fishing for people.
And I have a plan to fry fish in a pan.
But you're a fish.
Crackers. I'm really bad at this.
This micro console should be able to override Dr. Frenzy's overriding console.
What?
Don't worry, this is gonna work. And 5, 4, 3, 2.
I am not saying that you are not Furtfurt. I am merely postulating that I am in fact Noonie. I'm Furtfurt. These two things are not mutually exclusive, Furtfurt. And I'm Furtfurt.
Dr. Frenzy, we want to show you something.
What? I'm busy. Go away.
This is important. Check this out.
This is his 66 picks mixed up into one. The book's about God, who he is and what he's done. It's the Holy Bible, y'all, with God's truth packed tight inside. It's alive, a prize to hide in your heart and in your mind. Old Testaments are set up for the big event when Jesus crashed the scene with a new arrangement. It's history, his story, whose story, God's story. Oh, the story of how much he loves me. Let it blow up all the pages, let this show go on. Let his word explode from this video into your life.
One day, as Jesus was preaching on the shore of the Sea of Galilee, a big crowd of people gathered. As the crowd grew, the people pressed closer and closer to Jesus.
Jesus saw 2 empty boats at the water's edge. The fishermen had left and were washing their nets.
Jesus stepped into one of the boats. It belonged to Simon and his brother Andrew.
Simon? Don't you mean Peter?
Well, later Jesus gives Simon a new name and calls him Peter, but that hasn't happened yet, so in this story, his name is still Simon.
Got it. So where were we? Oh yeah, Jesus asked Simon to take him out on the water away from the shore.
Right, and Simon did it. Jesus sat in the boat away from the shore and taught the crowds from there. When Jesus finished teaching, he said,
"Go out where it is deep and let down your nets to catch some fish."
"We worked hard all night and didn't catch a thing, but if you say so, I'll let down the nets again."
Simon and Andrew let down their nets, and this time, when they pulled the nets out of the sea, they were so full of fish they began to tear. They called out to their friends who owned the other boat.
"Guys, bring your boat over here. You're not going to believe this."
James, John, and their father Zebedee brought their boat over. Soon, both boats were so full of fish, they almost sank.
The fishermen were amazed. They knew Jesus had performed a miracle right in front of them. Simon fell to his knees.
He was in awe. Simon saw how powerful Jesus was and knew he must have been sent by God.
"Oh Lord, please leave me. I don't deserve to be near you. I have disobeyed God."
"Don't be afraid. From now on, you'll be fishing for people."
Jesus meant that from that day forward, they would be telling people everywhere about Jesus and his power. And because of that, many would choose to follow Jesus.
When they got back to shore, Simon and his brother Andrew decided to follow Jesus.
Their friends, James and John, left their boat with their father so they could follow Jesus too.
Those 4 fishermen left everything behind so they could follow Jesus' example.
They learned about Jesus, spent time with him, and discovered how to do everything the way Jesus did.
And that's how Simon,
also known as Peter,
along with Andrew, James, and John, became Jesus' very first disciples.
All of the kids of the world will see this and lead others to follow Jesus.
Your move, Dr. Frenzy.
Oh, no, you don't! Oh, I've taken back control. What are you doing to my face? You need to earn your keep.
Nick, without you, the students of the world will be distracted by this nonsense.
You need me? I'm not a superhero.
We all have to do our part to go fishing for people. Right now, we need you to take control of the satellites.
Okay, I'm on it.
Oh, wait, hold on, no. Oh. Hi, Looney! I got that. But, you keep quiet down there.
This is my last move. I hope it works.
Oh, Solo!
They're too powerful.
Reverse your move before he reverses his.
Wait, where did he go? Stop! Get away! That turned really fast! No.
Reverse move. One more time, Nick.
See, Nick, you don't have to be a superhero to make disciples.
How did I help make disciples?
Well, for starters, you interrupted my broadcast from distracting all of the disciples.
And you helped broadcast how Jesus called his disciples.
Wow, that is pretty cool.
Well, I'm not done yet. You mark my words, Connect HQ. I will be back. Noonie and Furt when we tell Noonie, Furt.
Noonie! Furt. But Noonie and Furt were already gone. So the fisherman and goldfish girl begged Nick to help take down the sock puppets. And from then on out, Nick was known as Captain Airwaves.
That's pretty good. You think people really want to watch sock puppets?
I totally would.
So, did you like the characters in my comic book?
I'm the fisherman, and I'm on a mission to go fishing for people.
I'm Goldfish Girl, and I'm going for the gold.
Nice.
See, it's not so hard to come up with a catchphrase.
Hey, it's me, Nick. I wanted to share this with you. The Bible tells us this in the book of Mark. Mark 1:17. Come follow me, Jesus said, and I will send you out to fish for people. When we follow Jesus, he'll prepare us to go out to tell others how to be followers of Jesus too. Jesus taught all of his disciples how to fish for people by teaching others, showing others, and leading others to follow him. When we follow Jesus, he'll prepare us to go out to tell others how to be followers of Jesus too. God wants everyone in the world to know how much he loves them, and he loves them enough to ask you to go tell people. And God gives you everything you need, so you don't have to be smarter, older, or more powerful than you are right now. Get rid of any distractions that keep you from saying, I'm on a mission to go fishing for people. Thanks. And remember, Connect HQ is here to help you.
So I grew up in the church, so I'm trying to think of the person who told me about God, but it was probably growing up around a community, a church. A lot of people told me about God and probably had the most meaningful conversations with my family. But I made it my own decision at the age of 12 that I was going to follow God. It was going to be my personal pursuit, and that's what I've strived to do since then.
My family told me about Jesus, and ever since I was born, I have tried my best to serve Jesus whenever I can.
Okay, so I knew about Jesus because my gran used to go to church and was a Christian, so sometimes I would go with her when I was visiting her house. But I really found out about Jesus properly when I was in school, and I had a best friend who was a Christian. And so that's when I decided to follow Jesus when I was 17 years old.
I grew up in a Christian household, so I've grown up with Jesus. I became a Christian lying in my bed when I was about 13 years old. I gave my life to Jesus.
When I was 16 years old, I attended a Christian camp, a youth camp, and that's where I met Jesus.
My mum told me about Jesus, and I chose to follow him when I was 17.
So I grew up in a Christian family, and I chose to follow Jesus when I was about 5 years old, and I got baptised when I was 7 years old.
I decided to follow Jesus when I heard about him from a prison worker in Greenock about 6 or 7 years ago.
My mum and dad told me about Jesus. I'm not sure when I chose to follow Jesus, but I got baptised when I was about 21.
My mum and dad told me about Jesus when I was a kid. I chose to follow Jesus when I was 8 years old.
I feel like that's tricky. A lot of people have told me about Jesus before, and I gave my life to Jesus when I was 5.
My parents told me about Jesus, and I decided to follow him probably around the age of 13.
You know, it was actually my daughter that told me about Jesus when she was just 5, and she wanted me to come to church, and so I did, and I met Jesus there.
One of my friends told me about Jesus when I was very little, 8. I chose to follow Jesus when I was 26 years old, when I was in a church service.
And my best friend, he told me as was 6-7 years ago, I come to the Christ.
My brother told me about Jesus, and I became a Christian back in 1995.
My mom and my dad told me about Jesus, and I accepted Jesus and was baptized when I was 8.
My mum and dad told me about Jesus and the children's team at my church, and I decided to follow Jesus maybe when I was about 6 or 7.
My mum told me about Jesus actually when I was very little. I chose to follow Jesus when I was 12 years old after I'd done a youth alpha course.
A friend at university called Lucy told me about Jesus, and I decided to follow him on the 1st of July 1997, and Lucy and I are now married.
When I was 7, I went to a holiday club, and that's when I decided that I wanted to be forever friends with Jesus. But I grew up in a home where my mum and dad were Christians.
I actually found out about Jesus through this very church when I was a wee boy, and I decided to follow Jesus and fully trusted him when I was 19 years old, and it's the best decision I've ever made.
All right, welcome back, kids. That was a great video. And what we learned is that the biggest mission God has for his church is people fishing. He wants to send us out to make disciples, and that looks like loving everyone, teaching them about Jesus, and helping them follow him.
So what you're saying is, our biggest mission is people fishing.
That's right, Amber. And we got a little challenge for y'all at home. We're gonna take a minute and think about all the people that God wants to reach through us. What do you think that looks like, Amber?
Well, I think it could be as simple as inviting your friend to church, or telling them what God means to you, or even just praying for them.
That is fantastic. So, we're gonna say a little prayer together. We're gonna say goodbye, and you can take a minute and think about those people in your lives that you could reach.
All right. Dear Lord, I thank you for this beautiful day, and I thank you that you have been here with us this whole morning, and I pray that you'll be with us this coming week and give us opportunities to share with our friends about you. Give us opportunities to invite them, to just talk to them about you, and yeah, just be with us this week. Amen.
Amen, sister. Well, I done had so much fun learning about fishing. I think I'm gonna do some fishing myself.
All right.
What are you gonna catch this time, Amber? A burrito?
No, this time I'm hoping for a taco.
That sounds mighty fine.
Oh, mighty fine indeed.
All right, kids. We'll catch you next time on the Flippity Flop. And remember, our greatest mission is people fishing.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.